Welcome back to the S&T podcast. This is your man Say. I'm here with my boy Tom, and we're back talking about week 8 or excuse me, week 7, week 7 of the NFL. This weekend, we have a great matchup between two really good teams so far this season, both of them with winning records. We have the Detroit Lions hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both of these NFC teams have started off the season very well. The Lions coming in at 4-2, and the Buccaneers coming in at a pristine 5-1. Baker Mayfield playing his butt off right now. So, before I get into my spill, let me go ahead and swing it to Tom. Tom, tell the people what you think.
Yeah, so Buccaneers at the Lions. Buccaneers are playing really well. Baker Mayfield, especially, kind of playing out, not out of his mind, but playing to, the number one overall pick standard. It only took him a couple teams, but it's good to see him find a home. Good to see him playing well. So I'm happy for Baker. I'm a Baker fan personally. Just love his story. Walk on to Heisman winner to number one overall pick. And then, now, down the road, got drafted to the Browns, went down, the journeyman path of being a quarterback, backup quarterback, getting plugged into games. The Rams, he had that great drive, that one game for the Rams. So really happy for him. Enjoy watching his success now down in Tampa. And the Lions also playing very well. The one thing I will say about the Bucks, though, which I'm sure Cezanne will also talk about, is all their injuries right now. So that's really kind of the only thing that concerns me this week, with them being on the road. Even though Detroit 4-2, Tampa Bay 5-1. Uh, I like the Lions just because of all the injuries. I think the Lions are a solid team, really good team in the NFC. Along with the Buccaneers, though, they'll always be in the game. I think with Baker playing the way that he's playing right now, don't let him get a game-winning drive with 2 minutes left in the game. That's If you're the Lions, you have to put these guys away before the end of the fourth quarter because they always stay in the game. They always scrap and they claw and they fight. And I don't know exactly how many game-winning drives Baker has this season, but it's at least two. I want to say three, but really good play from Baker. Excited to see how this one goes because you can never count the Buccaneers out. Spread is 5.5 points. Lions are the favorite, obviously. But I like the Lions, but I'd say like for value wise, if I was gonna bet, I'd take a money line, but um, I don't know if that's worth any value. So, what do you think over there, old Sezun?
Well, coming into this matchup right here, very excited to see a matchup between two of these great teams go at it. Both of these NFC teams are definitely have playoff aspirations and definitely want to get to a Super Bowl. So, high hopes for both of them. You talked about Baker Mayfield in depth, so I don't think I need to go into too much about Baker. Yes, I love Baker as well. Former Sooners, shout out to Oklahoma and to Baker. Walk on to Heisman winner, as you talked about, number one overall pick, future MVP. I mean, Baker, he's just the story told itself. So we don't need to go into that too much. But I will talk about what you didn't talk about is that Baker is leading the Buccaneers to a 5-1 record when half of his team is injured right now. So even more credit because he's doing it without Mike Evans. He's doing it without Chris Godwin Jr., without Bucky Evans in the backfield, without like half of his linemen, like half of his offensive linemen are out right now, so they're shuffling around the O line. So he has been dealt a bad hand this year compared to other seasons. He's been in Tampa Bay, and yet this is their best season. Like he's managed to turn it around and make it their best year yet so far. Like they literally have the number one seed in the NFC right now. If the playoffs started today, they would have the bye. So the Buccaneers are excelling past any standards that we had for them previously. This team is already a team that we expect to show up in the playoffs every year because they win the NFC South every year. So they seem to have taken that standard and doubled that. So they're going for more. They're going for a championship now. I love to see it. I love to see them doing so well down there. And Baker, I don't see him slowing down. He's only getting started. So shout out to Mr. Mayfield down there. On the other side, the Lions. The Lions. We have expected them to perform well as also in the last few seasons. They have emerged as one of the top contenders in the NFL. This season, they kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start, lost a couple games early, but they've also had one of the hardest schedules in the NFL so far, having to play the Chiefs and the Ravens and teams like that already. So, shout out to the Lions for coming into this game 4-2. Jared Goff is playing like an MVP as well on his side. Both of those guys are leading the MVP race, him and Baker. Um, Amon-Ra St. Brown doing his thing as well. You also got Jamison Williams on the outside catching the ball. David Montgomery and what's his face in the backfield from Alabama. What's his face? Forgetting his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Oh, what's
Gibbs,
his name?
Gibbs, Jameer Gibbs.
Gibbs. Yeah,
Yep.
yes, yes, yeah.
The
Yep.
Lions literally have like the best running back duo in the NFL. So they're still doing their thing. And the Lions are just a really good team. Like they're coached well. They have really good talent. They play structure. They play fundamentals and foundational. And like you can't come into the Lions and make mistakes and turn the ball over because you're going to lose. So you have to play your best game in order to beat Detroit. They're one of the hardest teams to beat in the NFL nowadays. So this is going to be a really good matchup. I'm going to go with the Lions at home, not only because of the home field advantage, but also because as well as the Bucks are playing right now, I think they are due for a loss eventually, another loss. So that one loss in the loss column isn't going to stay like that way forever, and it probably is going to come against a really good team like Detroit this week. So, give me the Lions at home. I think it'll be a really good game. Will probably be a shootout. This will probably be a barn burner for sure. Um, I don't know if you have the over under in front of you, Tom, but the total amount of points, I would guess like at least 40, at least. You know what I mean? So probably closer to 50, 60. So, um, should,
52 and a half.
mm-hmm,
52 and a half.
right on the money, right on the money. So, yes, this should be a shootout. Should be a lot of points, and like you said, it might come down to who has the ball last, and if that's Baker, watch out. So, Baker has basically, as we talked about in the previous episode, has basically taken the role of Tom Brady and ran with it because the Bucks have not slowed down at all since Tom Brady retired. That did not affect them at all. They are exactly where they were when Tom was down in Tampa Bay. So shout out to Baker Mayfield for keeping the boat steady in Tampa Bay. But anything else to add to that, Tom?
No, I think that pretty much covers it all on both sides. Yeah.
Yes, Sirski.